Dixon, Missouri, a town of 1,000 people, only 90 miles from here. Learned to play basketball, started playing basketball about the 4th grade. I didn't have a lot of friends, and so basketball was a way that I could go out and get on a basket and shoot. And I'd go out in summertime, listen to a Cardinal baseball game, and I might shoot baskets for 6-7 hours in a row. My mom worked at a shoe factory and raised 6 kids on a shoe factory salary. I was never hungry. Had a wonderful growing up time there in Dixon.
We did an interview when Norm was honored. I don't know if you recall, a couple of years ago when the statue was unveiled. You mentioned to me how important he was in your life as a father figure.
You know, without a father at home, there really wasn't the male discipline that I think is really important for especially young guys and girls too. And so I would say that I entered Missouri as a more undisciplined person, and I thought Coach Stewart really turned me from a boy into a man and helped me to be able to have the self-discipline to be a great basketball player, to be a good student, and also help me decide what I was going to do with the rest of my life. He had a hard exterior. You know, some of our drills were extremely hard, and you know, you have to have that for discipline. But on the inside, you know, to me, he was like a teddy bear.
The legend of you that gets passed down is, you know, you were this linchpin for the program. Did it feel like that's what it was at the time?
I think most high school players are fairly arrogant and they think that they can conquer the world. I wasn't really sure until I got here and started playing against the varsity in scrimmages. That's when I realized that, yes, I can score at this level. I know the very first game that I played in was the black and gold game against the varsity because the freshmen could not play on the varsity. And I scored 32 points. The next day in the newspaper, Columbia Tribune, in huge letters, Brown steals show. And I remember the next day in practice, the varsity would not talk to me because of that headline. I stole their thunder. I always think it takes 2 future pros to have a great team. Now, one might be a freshman, one might be a junior, but in my case, it was myself and Al Eberhard, and we both ended up being first-round draft choices. He brought such energy to the team, and it made all of us work so much harder.
To have your number retired, first of all, how'd you find out?
Jim Sturk called me about a month ago, and I said, Jim, now I can die and go to heaven. I was so happy. I was so excited. It was just wonderful. You know, the Olympic team was cool. First round draft choice was cool, but this is way better. I look at this as being much better.
Why?
There's only 7 names up there, you know, in the rafters. And there's been a lot of Olympians and there's been a lot of first round draft choices. And to me, living in this state, growing up in this state, still a fan today, football and basketball. I live and breathe for this university. And to have my name up there, it just does not get any better for me.
When people look at that number and see that number 50, what do you want them to think about?
I want to think about a small town kid who overcame poverty and came to a great university and was able to succeed. And if I can do it, anybody can do it.